This exercise is about structural and foundation plan for a building. This building is a real existing building, okay? So you're going to be replicating those blueprints for the foundation and the structure. So how many drawings you're going to be doing? You're going to be doing 4. Actually, on Blackboard under exercises, you're going to find 2 files. Okay, this is one of them. So this has 3 drawings that you're going to be replicating. Here you have on the side, you have the information and the details, like exactly as you do when you put the information on the layout. So here the layout, you have the information here on the right over here. You're going to be replicating those 3 drawings, but you're going to have, so that's different from what is appearing over here. What you're going to have 3 different layouts for each of those drawings. So what are those drawings here? Let's see if we zoom in here a little bit. This is the foundation plan. So this is the foundation, the details for the foundation or the plan for the foundation. Over here, the second one, so this one is going to be in a different layout, okay? And you're going to label it and fill the information that this is the foundation plan for this project. And the second layout that you're going to be doing is the second floor framing plan, okay? And then the third drawing here is a roof framing plan. So to understand what's this, we have actually a building, okay? So there is a building over here, okay? And this building is composed here. There is foundation, and then there is a first floor here, and then the roof. So you're actually giving details or a plan for the roof. You're giving details for the second floors, the second floor here. This is the second over here, the second floor framing plan. So the second floor framing, okay? And then the foundation over here, or which actually has the first floor, okay? So the foundation over here. So you're giving a top view. So each of those views is you're looking from the top over here. What's the plan that you have? Okay, so let's understand here what we have in each one of those. So let's start with the foundation plan. So in the foundation plan over here, this building, okay, there is columns, okay, to support the building, okay, or the first floor and the second floor and the roof, okay? So and there is walls also to support this on the sides, okay? So on the sides over here, there is walls. If we zoom in over here, so what the walls that we have all around the building, okay, is 12-inch CMU wall. What is a CMU? It's concrete masonry units, okay? So we have 12 inches. So here, if you're asking about this dimension, it's 12 inches. So the thickness here of this wall all around, okay, unless specified otherwise, okay, it's 12 inches like this, okay? So this is what's supporting the building over here. It's, as you see here, there is this hatching, so don't forget doing the hatching for the CMU, okay, wall. So this is the wall. It's not part of the foundation, okay? It's then resting on a foundation. And so as you see here, it's going all around the building, okay? So you're going to be doing here this, as you see here, over here, this is 8-inch CMU. So the thickness here of this wall, the concrete masonry unit wall, is 8 inches, not 12 inches. So it's 12 inches everywhere, except over here it's 8 inches, okay? So you can roll those walls, that's fine. Another thing here that you would see, and you're now familiar with this, you have those axes, okay? So there is those axes at the dimension. So I would recommend that you start by drawing the horizontal and vertical axes. They are labeled A, B, C in the horizontal direction, A, B, C, D, E, F, and the distance between each one of them. You're going to be replicating this, and you're going to be fully dimensioning that exactly as it appears over here. So from E to F, it's 13 feet, 5 inches, and 5/8 of an inch. You have to dimension it exactly as it appears over here, okay? So you can change this in the dimension style as you learned earlier. And then there is one dimension over here that gives all the overall dimension or the distance from this axis F all the way to A. It's 94, as you see here, 94 feet, 7 inches, and 5/8 of an inch. Okay, so those are the horizontal axes. So you should start drawing those horizontal axes. It will help you, figure out the location of each thing. And then the vertical axes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The distance between them and the overall distance is 120 feet and 6 inches and a half. Okay, so over here, let's have a look here on, before you start drawing, let's figure out what's the scale. Okay, we said it's always nice to know the scale that you're going to be plotting with before you start drawing, so that you can use the annotative dimension style, you can use the annotative text style. So what's the scale over here? So the scale over here, I want you to use that scale given over here. What's that scale? 1/8 of an inch of the drawing is equal to 1 feet in real life. Okay, this scale applies to all 3 drawings. Over here, this one for the foundation, for the second floor, again it's 1/8 of an inch equal 1 feet, and for the roof as well. Okay, it's 1/8 of an inch equal 1 feet. So now let's see, if you have 1/8 of an inch equal 1 feet, what's the width of this building from the first? The width over here is 120 feet. So 120 feet, okay, how much will that be in drawing? Okay, so you multiply, each 1 feet is 1/8 of an inch. So 1/8 multiplied by 120 feet, that's 15 inches. So the width is going to be 15 inches. On the other side, the this height over here, it's 94 feet. So 94 divided by 8 or multiplied by 1/8, it's 11.75 inches. So on the paper over here, when it's going to be on the paper, okay, you need a paper that is 15 inches wide, okay, and this height over here is 11.75 inches. The regular paper that you did your layout, the layout that you created, you remember the layout that you created with a state logo over here and the information everywhere over here, okay? That was, the total width of the paper was 11 inches and the height over here was 8.5. So actually, if you're going to use this layout, okay, to plot your view, okay, or your plan, it's not going to fit the drawing with scale that we mentioned, 1/8 of an inch equal 1 foot. So how can you tackle this? Then you need to create a new layout with those dimensions. So we said the dimension of the paper, there are some standard ones. So actually you double those numbers. So actually the one that you're going to be using is 22, okay, by 17 inches. Okay, so 22 by 17, that will fit your drawing when it's plotted with a scale 1/8 of an inch equal to 1 feet. So you're going to be creating a new layout. Don't use the layout that you already created. You're going to be creating a new layout. As you see here with this big sheet of paper, it's 4 times the regular sheet of paper that you have. It's 4 times that, okay? The width is multiplied by 2, the height is multiplied by 2, so it's 4 times. So actually we don't have the titles or the information down here. We actually, usually it's going to be on the side. So here you're gonna have on the side here all the information. Maybe you put a state logo, the information that you have here, the project title, okay, the information, you can create those over here. So and again, you need to leave some margins, 1/2 inch margin from each side, okay? So you're gonna have the piece of paper, let's do this, you're gonna have the piece of paper over here, and then you're gonna create this on the layout, okay? So leave some margin, maybe 1/2 inch margin from each side over here, over here, over here, and then you're going to create the table of information on the side here, exactly as you did with the other layout on the 8.5 inches by 11 inches that you created. So what information you should have? All the information. So what's the dimension over here? I will leave it up to you. It should not be larger, okay, than what you had in the previous layout, okay? The paper is larger, but it should be the same text height, the same distances, okay, small distances, okay? And then you're gonna have your drawing over here when you create the viewport, okay? So this is gonna be the viewport. You're gonna have your viewport over here, okay? So this is the information or the title and so on. Title, scale, okay? All the information that you had in the previous layout, you're gonna have it over here, maybe, but just with different arrangement. So let's see over here this project, okay? As you see here, they have as you see here, the information is on the right side over here. They have S1 is the drawing number, they have the date over here, what's the structural plan, the project, okay? This is a, as I told you, this is a real project that was Infinity of Memphis, okay? The company, the owner, the FE, or the, sorry, the PE, I guess this is the PE, yeah, the engineering firm, okay? The architectural, okay, and so on. So information, you're going to put your information on the side over here, but you're going to create that, you're going to put it in a table, okay? You're going to create a table and you're going to put a state logo as well as you did with the previous title block, okay? So as a refresher, let's see how you do this quickly. You go to the layout, okay? You can, this is a viewport, you can delete this viewport, and then this piece of paper over here, you're gonna go to the page setup manager, okay? And simply for this layout, okay, you're gonna modify it. You need different paper sizes, okay? You need this, we said 22 by 17, okay? This is, yeah, 22 by 17. And then you're going to press OK, close. So simply this is your layout, okay? And then you're going to start drawing on the layout over here. You're going to draw oops, your rectangle, okay, with the dimensions that you want, okay, and so on, okay? You're gonna create a line over here and start creating a table. It's up to you, okay? I'm not forcing you to do anything, but a specific thing, okay? But you should have the table. You must have the table over here with the information, but I'm leaving the dimensions, how you're gonna put them up to you, okay? So this is so the first thing is you're going to be creating this new title block or layout, okay? Template, and then you're going to save it as a template, name it maybe 22 by 17, okay? And use it for the different layouts that you're going to be creating. You're going to have 3 different layouts. One layout for the foundation, one layout for the roof, one layout for the ceiling of the first floor or the floor of the second floor, okay? Now let's go back to the foundation plan here. So the first, we discussed about the center lines over here, the concrete masonry unit. So this is the foundation. So the concrete masonry unit is resting over a wall foundation, okay? So this wall foundation is those dotted lines over here. So this is the wall itself, but those dotted lines, this one and this one, are the wall foundation. That is, so this is a wall foundation that is beneath the wall itself, okay? So as you see here, what is the width of this wall foundation? It's from here, W36, that means that the width of this wall is 36. So you're going to center it with the wall itself. So the width of the wall is 12, but the width of the wall foundation, those dotted lines, is 36, unless mentioned otherwise. So let's go, as you see here, it's going underneath the wall, okay, all around the building, okay, going all the way around the building. It's W36. Over here there is sub-wall foundation, okay, which is W24. What does this mean? The width here is 24, and this distance is 5 feet and 8 inches, the extension over here from the wall itself, supporting maybe the stairs. There is some stairs, okay, I'm going to see that, so it's supporting maybe the stairs, okay. As you go all around the building, there is those walls as you see over here, okay, the wall foundation over here, okay, the wall foundation W36, W36, this one over here, okay, there is a trench over there, and then wall here. As you see, this underneath this 8-inch wall, there is a W of a wall foundation that is 24 inches, okay. So you have those things. There are some dimensions that are not given over here, okay, so I want you to assume them to be reasonable as they are over here. Actually, these are architectural drawing, architectural dimensions that the architect should have given, but usually architects, they don't give dimensions, okay. We as structural engineers, we give all the dimensions, but architects, no, they don't provide all the dimensions, okay. So for example, how much is this distance? Just assume it, okay, to be reasonable within the, to be around what you are seeing over here. Also, what's this, the width of this opening? All of those are not given, okay. So the width over here is not given, the width of over here is not given, so you just assume something reasonable over here and draw it, okay. And then so this is the foundation, the dotted line, the walls, okay. And then there are some columns, okay, that is supporting the first floor and the roof, okay. Where are those columns? You're gonna see here there is 1 column, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5. So the on those axes, okay, so there is like an array of columns on the center line B, 1, 2, 3, and then they are repeated again over here, okay. Maybe they are not the same, make sure they, because they might be different, okay. And then over here there are those columns. So if we zoom in over here, let's see what we have here. So what we have here, this small rectangle, the inner rectangle, it says HSS 8 by 8 by 3/8. What does this mean? HSS is hollow structural shape. It's a steel section that is hollow structural shape, 8 by 8 by 3/8. What does this mean? The width is 8 inches, the depth is 8 inches, and the thickness over here is 3/8 of an inch, okay? And then there is kind of isolation. It isolates this from the foundation itself, because there is a floor, okay? So it isolates the column foundation from the floor, okay. So there is this isolation. The detail, how much is this distance, we're gonna see that, okay. We're gonna know how much is this, and then there is the another thickness over here, okay, that depends on this, and then this is resting on a footing, okay. So this dotted line is the footing. This footing, it says it's a F84. What does this mean? It's a foundation with 84 inches. It's 84 inches wide by 84 inches in this dimension. So the length and the width of this foundation is 84. So now you have the dimensions to be able to draw this foundation. It's 84 by 84. You draw it as this dotted line. Here you have TFTG minus 5 feet. What does this mean? The top T is for the top of the foundation of the footing, sorry, FTG is footing, so the top of the footing is at -5 feet elevation. So that's the elevation of the top of the footing over here. It's -5 feet, okay. Hollow structured shape, 8 by 3/8, so that will give you the dimensions to draw this. So here, this diamond shape over here, so you're going to draw this column at the intersection of the 2 center lines. So the column here is at the intersection, for example, here E with that axis, sorry, which is 2. So this is at the center over here of E and 2, and then you draw it with those dimensions, 8 by 8, and the thickness here, this thickness, the thickness over here is the 3/8 of an inch. What about this diamond, the insulation or the isolation? You isolate it from the surrounding footing. If you go here, you're gonna see on Blackboard there is a foundation a detailed drawing. So you have two files. This is the second file that is posted on Blackboard. So it gives you here, this is the column. It gives more detail about the foundation, what's the isolation, okay, or the control joint between the column and the foundation. So this is the column. You're going to go diagonally by 6 inches, and then you're going to have this expansion joint material over here. That's the diamond shape that we had on the other drawing, okay? As you see here, this is the column. So this is two views of the column. This is a top view of the column with the isolation material, okay? Over here you have the column, okay? So you have this column over here, the steel column, the hollow structure shape, okay? The HSS, for example, 8 by 8 by 3/8. So this dotted line represents the thickness, the inner thickness, which is, we said, as we see here, 3/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch. So, and then it goes down to a base plate over here. How much is the thickness? It says, you know, just maybe use it 1/2 inch, okay? And then there is dowels connecting this to the foundation over here. So this is the foundation, okay? Here there is some steel reinforcement in the foundation in this direction, and there is steel in the opposite direction. As you see here, those circles, okay, are representing steel in both directions. And then there is those dowels, okay, or anchorage, headed rod or washer and not welded to rod, okay. And then this is the foundation. This steel, you have 3 inches of clearance below the steel over here, the steel reinforcement, okay. How much is the wet? That depends on the foundation, okay. So you can draw this with any dimension you want. Just it looks, you know, reasonable. Okay, just leave 3 inches from the side over here, 3 inches from the side over here, so 3 inches from the top over here. Okay, this grouting material, non-shrink grout over here, this part over here. Okay, this is 1.5 inches. How much is that slope? Maybe take it 45 degrees or 60 degrees. It's not mentioned, so you just assume it. So that's important thing. Anything that is not there, okay, just assume it. Okay. Don't send me an email, how much is that dimension? As long as it's not there, okay, just assume it, okay. But for example, for the foundation, okay, the dimensions for the foundation, if you go to the other view over there, okay, don't assume it. This is F84, so this is 84 inches. This is 84 inches. The column, the dimensions of the column are given. It's 8 by 8 by 3/8. Don't assume that, okay. Now this, you know how to draw it. It's 45 degree, and you go with this distance that was indicated over here, okay, 6 inches, okay. So this is, so here the column is going down, okay. This is the, over here there is a reinforced concrete floor, okay. So there is a reinforced concrete floor, and then this is the foundation, okay. Over here, those lines are this isolation, the expansion joint between the column and the concrete surrounding it and the floor, okay. So over here, as you see, this is the indication, the hatching over here, this is the indication for concrete. So you have concrete here, there is no concrete here. If you hatch this, you're gonna lose points, okay. This is steel going within the concrete floor, okay, until it reaches the foundation over here. You do the hatching for the concrete, okay, you do the hatching here for the concrete, and then over here this indication is for the earth. So this is the floor, a reinforced concrete floor with a column going down and reinforced concrete foundation, and there is soil surrounding this. So you hatch this, okay. So how you're gonna hatch this? Draw an SP line like this, do the hatching, and then erase the SP line or turn it off, okay. Again here, just draw a line or an SP line and do the hatching to hatch this, and then maybe you can erase the SP line, okay. So this is now the details. So you can draw this one as well, okay. This one, okay, is a small drawing. You can draw it on the layout that you created earlier, the regular paper, which is 11 by 8.5, okay. That will fit on the regular paper, okay. Now let's go to the other views. So this is for the foundation. As you see here, do you remember this is the details? So there is a section over here if you to show details of this. Okay, this is gonna be detail number 3. It's gonna be on drawing S2. Okay, so I want you to show those. Okay, you're gonna draw those. Okay, the section or detail indication everywhere it is. There is one over here, one over here with the same orientation they are given in the drawing over here. Okay, you have all those foundations. This foundation is 84, this one is 96, so you have to be careful. Okay, 96. You're going to be replicating this. You're going to be writing all the text here, the arrow. This is, you're going to be using a leader over here. Okay, there is control joint. Okay, just draw the control joint. Okay, the floor is not one part, there is a joint over here to control the expansion. Okay, so just draw this, put the multi-leader arrows or multi-leaders over here. There is this trench over here. Okay, drainage trench. It doesn't mention how much is the width. Just assume anything that is reasonable with that foundation below the trench. Okay, put all those section details over here. Okay, there is lift over here. How much with the hatching? Don't forget to do those parts. Okay, how much is the dimension? Just it's not given, so just assume any reasonable dimensions and draw those lift parts. Okay, there is over here those foundations. There are smaller and larger foundations. Okay, F78, F96. So you draw them with the dimension that is given over here. So you're going to be drawing the walls, the wall foundation below it. Okay, the center lines in both directions, the columns and their foundations with that looks like this, the lifts. Here there is some slope in this part. Just draw those lines. Okay, as you see, the line weight is less for those lines, so make sure you have this. There is another small foundation over here with a small column, F48, and this column is HSS 4 by 4 by 516. So don't forget to put all of those, put all the dimensioning. Okay, draw everything. You're going to be replicating this exactly the same. Okay, there is something over here that says coordinate location and dimension with architect. Okay, so you're going to be putting this. As you see here, this is called a cloud. Okay, node. Okay, so how you're going to draw a cloud node like this? So in AutoCAD, to draw a cloud node, okay, if you go to the model and you start drawing a cloud mode, so how to draw a cloud, let me turn the grid off. Oops. Okay, so you go to annotate. So this is home. You go to annotate, and then you're gonna go over here. You're gonna have this markup. You have this cloud revision, okay, or revision cloud. You just select it and start. This is rectangular cloud. Okay, by the way, this rectangular cloud, you can change the scale. Okay, you draw it like this, but you want the cloud to be, you know, this circle, small curves, okay, to be larger or smaller. How you can control this? If you select it, go to the properties, there is a scale over here that you can change. So the line type scale, this is 1. If you change this, for example, to 2, let's see what's going to happen. Oops, did it line? No, this is line type scale. Line type scale. Disabled. Think. Vertex, vertex. Okay, let's make this 10. Cloud revision. Yeah. Okay. So in the cloud revision over here, okay, you can start drawing. This is rectangular one. You can have a free. So the line type doesn't change. The circles over here. We're gonna see how to do this. So over here you go to cloud revision. You can have this freehand. Okay, you can have a freehand where you actually specify where you're doing this. Okay, it doesn't have to be rectangular, but it can be rectangular if you want. Okay, F3. endpoint midpoint. Okay. Oops. So when you do more cloud revision over here, okay, you can go to modify, okay, and then select the polyline that you want to modify, this one, okay. You can change the points, move the points as you want, okay. Cloud vision, and then let's see here, the arc length, okay. If you change the arc length from 0.5 to 1, specify maximum length of arc 1, so over here, cloud revision. So as you see here, when you change, so those are not, this is double the scale. The circle over here, can you see this is smaller, this is larger, okay, double. This is the arc length, okay? So you can control this from the arc length. So you're gonna be, this will help you draw this cloud, okay, revision, or the revision cloud over here, okay? And then you're gonna type everything over here, okay? Now let's go to the second floor framing, okay? Now, in the model space, you're just going to be drawing all of those on top of each other. You're not going to be drawing this as another drawing, okay? Because you already draw, or you have already given the dimensions, you've already given the center lines, the labels for the center lines, the CMU units, you draw the CMU walls over here. There is no reason to, you know, repeat that again, okay? So you would just fill the CMU units to close the wall, the openings that was there. That's enough, okay? Here you have those stairs, the dimensions for the stairs over here. There is some stairs, and then there are beams, okay? So the floor is supported by beams, and then the beams are supported by the columns, okay? So what are the beams in this floor? As you see here, you have the columns, okay? So this is the hollow structure shape, the steel column that we had, and those are the beams supporting the floor, okay? You have here some spacing, some distance over here, okay? Actually, the beams are, in real life, they are touching, they are supported on the column, but this is just to indicate that the beam is supported on the column. We leave this small distance, okay? How much is that? Just any distance you want, as long as it look like, you know, what you have over here in the file. So we have these horizontal beams, okay? What are those horizontal beams, okay? It's W16 by 32. W16 by 32 is a section, a predefined section. It looks like an I-beam. It's W16 by 32, okay? So you have those beams over here, horizontal beams, and then those beams over here, okay, W16 by 31, and so on, okay? So you're just going to draw all those beams supported by the columns. You don't have to draw the columns again. The columns are here. You just, you know, have the columns in one layer, and then in this layout, you're just going to freeze the foundation, okay? So you're going to do a viewport freeze, okay, for the foundation, and just have the columns turned on over here, okay? And over here in the beams, you're going to draw the beams over here, and then the beams in the foundation, you're going to freeze, do a viewport freeze for the beams layer, okay? Over here, the floor itself is made out of a composite section. What's a composite section? Composite section is a section where you have some steel decking, and then on top of it, there is concrete, okay? Reinforced concrete. So this is the floor. You have steel, okay? So this is steel corrugated sheet, okay? And then concrete on top of it. So this is indicated over here. You have 3¼ of an inch LW is lightweight concrete. So the thickness of the concrete is 3¼ of an inch, lightweight concrete, over 1.5 VL20 GA composite deck. Okay, this is the section for the steel. Okay, 1.5 VL20 GA is a given section. Okay, the total height then is 4 inches and 3/4 of an inch total. The concrete has steel within it. Okay, the reinforcement of the steel within the concrete is number 4 bars at 12 inches on center. OC is on center. Okay, so you're gonna write all those details. Okay, you can draw this arrow as well and then do a leader like this. Okay, so draw this, hatch it, and then you're gonna do a leader like this. Okay, so you're gonna be drawing all the beams, the concrete masonry unit over here surrounding the building. You're gonna be drawing the stairs over here. Okay, the section indications. Okay, here there is some openings, so this is an opening over here surrounded with those beams. The section for the beams surrounding this opening is C8 by 11.5. Okay, this is a channel section, a steel section that looks like a C. Okay, with this, and then there is the stairs on this side. There is a column over here. Okay, that you're gonna find it also in the foundation. This is a hollow structure shape, 4x4 by 518. Don't forget the cloud over here as well. Okay, the section indications. Okay, and then the roof over here. For the roof, this is the third layout that you're going to be creating. You need to freeze other layers. So the roof, there are openings in the roof over here, skylight openings. Okay, surrounded by beams over here. So the beams, there are beams surrounding this. It doesn't mention what are the beams. There are here, those beams are called 16K2. This is a section. Okay, it looks like built up section. Okay, of angles. So there are those sections. There is those beams here, W18 by 35. Okay, so beams in both directions, and you're gonna put those openings here. Okay, the dimensions of the openings are given over here. The spacing of those beams over here is given. Okay, it's 4 feet 6 inches and 13/16 of an inch. 2 equal spacings. So this one, this spacing, 2 equal spacings, 1, 2. Okay, and then the rest over here. Okay, this one here, 2 equal spacings. This one. Okay, and then this one is 4 feet 6 inches and 13/16 of an inch over here. So the distances are given here to be able to draw those lines. So see the dimensions over here. How you're going to dimension this? Use the dimension override. Okay, to write whatever you want. Okay, as we explained before. You need to put the leaders and write all the details. You're going to be replicating all those details. Okay, how you're going to design this. You're going to learn how to design this in other courses, but now you're learning how to draw them. RTU, this is rooftop unit for the AC, the air conditioning. So you're going to be putting all those details. And again, any dimension that is not there, okay, you just assume it. Okay, the weight here of this RTU unit is 1,300 pounds. So you're going to be creating those 1, 2, 3 layouts for each one of those, and you're going to be creating a 4th layout. Okay, for this foundation detail. Okay, hopefully this covers everything that I need to tell you about replicating those drawings. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And but I think there should not be any questions, because as I told you, those are all the details that you have. Okay, or you need to be replicating the drawings here. WWF, you can just write that, but just to learn what is WWF, it's welded wire fabrics. That's steel. Okay, so there is a welded wire fabric. It looks like a mesh of steel within the concrete over here. Okay, this, you're going to be replicating all those 4 drawings in one file, 3 layouts for those 3 views and 1 for the detail of the foundation. And you're going to be submitting this. You're going to have 7 class